The man who loved without owning. Some people live their lives chasing love. Others live their lives understanding it. Gibran Khalil Gibran, the Lebanese poet, philosopher, and painter, belonged to the second group. He spoke of love as if he had lived 1,000 lifetimes, yet he walked through life unmarried, carrying a heart both broken and radiant. This is the story of how he loved, how he sought, and how he understood love in ways that go far beyond possession, convention, or the ordinary patterns of the heart. Gebran was born in the mountains of Bsharri, Lebanon, surrounded by rugged cliffs and deep valleys, where the wind carries the whispers of centuries past. As a child, he watched life slip away too early. A father imprisoned, a family burdened by hardship, siblings lost too soon. While most children learn love through closeness, through the warmth of family and the comfort of presence, Gebran learned love through absence. The hollow spaces left by loss carved into him a rare sensitivity, a recognition that love is sacred, fleeting, and demands courage to embrace fully. He learned that to love is to risk being exposed, to feel deeply, and to understand that beauty often comes paired with sorrow. When he moved to Boston as a young boy, the world grew larger and more complicated. The foreign streets, the harsh winters, the language he had to master, all of it sharpened him. Yet even in this dislocation, he carried the mountains of Lebanon in his heart, and they whispered to him about the endurance of the human spirit, about longing, about the unseen threads that connect people to each other. It was in these early struggles that he began to see love not as comfort, but as transformation, a force that reshapes the soul, exposing what we hide and daring us to confront our deepest truths. Love for Gebran was not a soft place to fall. It was a fire, a crown, a crucible. He wrote that love can both elevate and wound, because its true purpose is to awaken, not soothe. He rejected the notion that love is about possession or merging into one being. He believed that two souls standing together should remain distinct, strong, unbound, like pillars holding up a temple. True love, in his view, is freedom. It is not the extinguishing of individuality, but its amplification, the meeting of spirits walking side by side while keeping their own light. Mary Haskell entered Gebran's life in ways that transformed him. She was not just a patron or friend, she was a guardian of his soul. She paid for his education, edited his works, and believed in him when no one else did. But she loved without demanding, without trying to own or define him. Their bond existed in quiet understanding and respect, a meeting of minds and hearts that flourished without the usual trappings of romance. Gebran loved her in return, not in a conventional, fiery way, but with a devotion that was intellectual, spiritual, and tender. Through Mary, he discovered a love that nourishes without suffocating, that strengthens without controlling. In contrast, Ziadeh came into his life like a distant fire. Their love was one of letters, words, and ideas, a correspondence that stretched over decades, alive in thought rather than touch. May saw the loneliness behind his brilliance, the vulnerability behind his eloquence. With her, he experienced the intensity of longing, the sweetness of absence, the kind of intimacy that transcends physical presence. Their letters became a sanctuary, a place where intellect and emotion danced together, creating a love that was fiercely alive yet untouchable, burning in the quiet spaces of imagination. Despite these deep connections, Gebran never married. To many, this may seem like an emptiness, a life half-lived. But he did not avoid love. He sought its purest form. Marriage, in the traditional sense, might have caged the very freedom that made love sacred to him. His heart belonged not to a home, a ring, or a contract, but to the vastness of life itself. He carried Mary's gentle devotion, May's distant fire, and the early ache of childhood loss. and he transformed all of it into poetry, into painting, into philosophy. Gebran's love was never simple, never easy. It demanded courage, honesty, and the willingness to face both joy and pain. He teaches us that love is not possession, not comfort, not an ending. Love awakens, challenges, and reveals. It does not confine, it liberates. It does not diminish the self, it amplifies it. Through his life and works, we see that the greatest love is one that allows us to feel fully, think deeply, and exist freely. He died without a spouse, yet he left behind a heart overflowing with love. Through the quiet spaces between his lines, Gebran teaches us that love is not a cage, not a contract, not a possession. Love is a sacred flame, a force meant to transform us, to reveal us, to awaken us. And in that awakening, we glimpse not only the depth of love, but the depth of our own souls.